Okay.
Okay, so my goals are not to stutter, to have a good body language, no freezing up, and my topic is loneliness. And I'd like you as the audience to act as if you guys are in a TED Talk. So, what is loneliness and how would it impact you, unlike her, for example? Loneliness can be very different for so many people, as some can just adapt to it, they could just accept it, or some could like go through a depression because of it. When you Google the definition of loneliness, you get sadness because one has no company or no friends. For you, would it be because, for example, you came from your homeland, or you're just used to so many friends and now you're hanging with other people? Or would it be because you are no longer playing a team sport, or you are not near your family? Loneliness is something that I have gone through. When you come from abroad and you haven't spent much time with your family over there, you start to realize the value of your family and you start to miss them. How do you go along with loneliness? For me, I can just be productive and that's why I can just forget about it. Or I can be busy by social media. Loneliness is a very hard thing and many people are like against it and they usually don't talk other people for it, but you shouldn't really don't talk people who are going through it. As usually some people isolate themselves as they are just fed up of being lonely and it doesn't really change. It really depends on your mentality and your mood as to how you're supposed to like go out there and meet new people. Talking and like doing is two different things, so to speak, and like saying that one should go out and meet people is much easier than actually going out and doing it. For me, loneliness has been a big part of my life, and I'd say that I used to be accepting of it or adapting, but coming to the Netherlands, I had so many expectations that I was really impacted by it. Many people in Kuwait, such as family and friends, there's the saying that they would tell me that going to an estranged land, basically like a foreign land that's strange to you, you're not used to, is very hard. And that is something that I took lightly. I wasn't really frightened. Now that I'm here, I do see their point, but unless you allow that thing to be as a barrier in front of you, that shouldn't be stopping you. Loneliness can get you to overeat, according to Ali Shapiro, who is a holistic nutritionist. And trust me, avoiding the urge to overeat can be quite difficult. So my advice to you would be to go out and have a walk in nature, even if you're alone, and to have any small but significant talk with any stranger, or communication, whether it is by a smile, being nice, just having any talk, saying good morning to people, as those who are isolated or alienated would start to really want any kind of like social interaction, no matter how big or small, as they are really bored out of their minds. Not accepting yourself or loving yourself can make you feel lonely. So therefore, if you're looking for a significant other, you should first have those things from yourself toward yourself in order to have them from someone else. As you wouldn't want to depend on someone else whether it is a friend or a significant other, to give you those things. That is not a trait that you would want to have. For me, loneliness taught me wisdom, it taught me self-acceptance. Most importantly, it taught me to be independent and not to depend on other people so that I could do things myself. Well, that is it. I'd like to see if anybody has any questions, if anybody wants some advice. Yes?
You said that when you're lonely, you're being productive. Does it really solve the problem?
It can solve the problem temporarily. It just really depends on you. Like, for example, there's a quote from Nikola Tesla: "When you're alone, ideas are invented, ideas are born." There's many things you can do to be busy mentally so that you don't really feel lonely. But you could get bored within time or start to, like, for example, I'm studying, I'm being productive, but within maybe a couple of hours, I'll stop or I'll start to be lonely. So there's many things that you could do, and it really falls down on you. It really depends on you. Yes?
How fast do you go from like loneliness to like being sad? You know.
Once again, it really depends on you. I'd say really fast. It's also like, for some people, they want to listen to music to feel better. There's so many kinds of music that relates to your state of mind. For example, all those sad songs, or like, if you get what I'm trying to say. For some people it would help them, but for others it would like make them go down further deep in their feelings.
Yeah, it really depends.
Yeah, it really depends. Vasilina?
Don't you think loneliness is dangerous? If you're alone for too long, you are like, don't reach out to reality, and in some way you are isolated and you might get crazy. I don't know.
Yes, it could be correct, but for me, honestly, what I would say to you is experiencing so many conflicts in life, sometimes you'll see how loneliness can be peaceful. You're away from people, you don't have any stress, you don't have any, whether it's a minor conflict, it's a major conflict, you're all alone, you're doing your own thing. So you should just really take care of you, because like everything and everyone is so temporary. So you must take care of yourself the most, because that's all that matters, that you have yourself at the end. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.